Hello, my friends, and thank you for joining us today on this amazing podcast, the Living Point podcast, where we navigate life from God's viewpoint. On this podcast, we explore contemporary issues from a biblical standpoint to help you navigate life from the right vantage point. And of course, that vantage point is God's viewpoint. I'm your host, Pastor Andrae Blake, pastor of the Aging Core Church of God right here in Toronto. I'd like to talk with you today and just share with you what God has laid on my heart. Been following on our previous episodes and you've been blessed, and I thank you for your support. Thank you for joining us. Now, subject we're talking about today as we continue is the subject of momentum. We're talking about momentum and regaining your momentum. We're having some technical difficulties to get it on Facebook, but nevertheless we are on YouTube, and we thank God for this platform. We thank God for this opportunity that we can come on YouTube with this podcast today. Now, I hope that from this podcast you will receive a blessing, some kind of support or encouragement as you seek to navigate the everyday life. Yes, it is sometimes challenging, and it is sometimes really daunting when you dealing with all the issues of life. But I'm here to tell you today that you can regain your momentum. Can I repeat that? Yes, you can regain your momentum. A part of the family that she was with, and her mother-in-law, which is Naomi, went back to Bethlehem, where they were, where Naomi lived before. And Ruth decided that her husband is dead, her sons are dead, which was one of them were Ruth's husband, and she couldn't leave her by herself, and so she wanted to be with her. She wanted to support her. She wanted to be there for her. She wanted to ensure that everything would be okay with Naomi. And not just that, Ruth wanted to have a relationship with Naomi's God, with Naomi's people, and in Naomi's homeland. And that's amazing because of that decision that she made, God placed her life back on a trajectory that was so amazing that Ruth became the great-grandmother of Jesus Christ. Imagine that. She was a pagan woman, a Moabite, who really and truly was not qualified in man's eyes to be in the lineage of Jesus. She's not qualified to really be a part of this family. But by God's grace, she was enabled to be a significant part of this family. So here's the thing. Are you struggling to regain your momentum today? I want you to understand that you are not alone. And I'm glad you are with us today because we're going to be exploring this. This is our final, not our final episode in the Momentum series, but the third episode in our Momentum series. So our topic today is focused on how you develop the momentum mindset. How you develop the momentum mindset. This is very important because from time to time as you go through life, you will recognize that there are moments when your momentum is broken, when your momentum is affected, when your momentum slows down, and you're gonna need some of these tips to help you to regain that momentum. All right, so I'm excited to share with you today this series. So in the last episode, we share with you 5 helpful tips on or steps to take you to regaining your momentum. Today I will share with you some ideas about the mindset that is key to fueling or sustaining this momentum. So I want you to understand that it's very important that you stick around with us and be a part of this amazing time of sharing. Now, I must admit to you, regaining and sustaining your momentum is not an easy thing. It is not easy at all. You need to fight. It needs determination. It really needs passion in order for you to regain when you've lost your momentum, because it can be so discouraging when you started so well and you're going so good, and then all of a sudden, for some of the reasons that I've explained before in our episode 1 of this series, that causes you to lose your momentum. It can be so discouraging when you know how far you came and where you have now been stalled. So it is very tough sometimes. It's very hard sometimes, very difficult. So it's important that we explore the subject matter as to how we can do it. It's often difficult, downright hard. However, I'm convinced no matter how tough it is, with the right mindset, it can happen for anyone. You can regain it. You can start over.